Hello YouTube, Dave here again. This past week's been kind of crazy, busy, stressful, so I apologize that I wasn't able to get out the videos that I've been hoping to. I've still got a couple of Magic the Gathering videos that I want to do. I'm still trying to get to the 5th edition, like the D&D Next retrospective. I'm actually having a little bit of trouble trying to actually write a script for that one, so I'm hitting some pretty heavy writer's block, so I think I'm going to change my approach on that one. But before I go off on a tangent, I've also got a few new campaigns starting up in the next little while. So I've actually got two groups currently going on, one of which is taking a bit of a hiatus. And I'm running Out of the Abyss for them. I have a second group, one that I've been running for a while now, and we're currently doing Curse of Strahd. I'm looking to start D&D Adventurers League, which will be starting off with Tales from the Yawning Portal. I've got a Patreon group that I want to do a monthly game for. I'm going to be looking to do probably Murder in Baldur's Gate or Legacy of the Crystal Shard. I haven't decided between those two yet before moving on to something a little bit later. But I've also got another group starting up that consists of a couple members of my Out of the Abyss group, just because, like I said, they're going on a bit of a temporary hiatus. So I was trying to figure out what campaign I wanted to run for them, and I didn't really want it to be one that I'm currently running for another group, even though I'd probably be practicing a little bit better. I wanted to sort of be a different experience for each of the other groups, and it's an excellent opportunity for me to go through and play some of the older campaigns that I tried to start up before, wanted to run before, and never got a chance to. So the reason for that kind of rambling entrance is I actually had the opportunity to pick up something today, and obviously, as you can tell, it's probably tied to the elemental evil stuff, and just based off of the thumbnail and the title, it's probably no mystery that what I have here is the Dungeon Master screen for the Elemental Evil campaign. So this came out back in 2015, so this was a while ago that this came out, and I wanted to pick this up at the time, but I just couldn't find it, because this was a campaign that I really wanted to run. And we were out of town today, and we went back to the area that I kind of grew up in and spent most of my life in. And we went to the store Rainbow's End in Wolfville, Nova Scotia, so if you ever get a chance to go there, that place is pretty awesome. But they actually had restocked some of these old screens, including this one and the Horde of the Dragon Queen one, which, given the choice between the two, this is the one that I definitely want to go with. Hopefully I'll still be able to pick up the other one as well. I'm hoping that it won't sell too quickly. But this is the one that I picked up today. This is the one that I had the funds for. So what I wanted to do is just basically open it up, and we'll have a look. So just see if we can get the cellophane off there. So while this is sort of a delicate procedure, so I'll be trying to do this behind camera where I can actually see what I'm doing. But in the meantime, this is only the second screen that I've ever gotten from Gale Force 9. So the first one that I had was Curse of Strahd, which I had done a video for, and I've just recently got to the point in the Curse of Strahd campaign where I could actually use the screen. So I started off things in actual Faerun for a bit, and I actually really like that screen. I think that's a really nice screen, so I'm curious to see how well this one compares. Of the other screens, the other two to get would be, I guess there's three actually. There'd be Out of the Abyss, if I can get that one, Horde of the Dragon Queen, and Storm King's Thunder. I'd like to get that one as well, so keep an eye out basically for those. But what we have here is, let's just get these out of the way here so we can kind of see more of what's going on. So here's our screen. Now this is just a piece of paper that they have for the barcode. Instead of like the sort of the cover, the paper cover, this is just a paper sheet, but that's okay. For anybody asking, I do actually keep these. I try to keep these. I don't like to throw anything out. Even when it comes to board games, I usually end up keeping the cardboard sheets that you punch the stuff out for. I'm getting a little better with those, but I still try to keep as much stuff as I can, like advertisements, inserts, all that stuff I try to hold on to. So here we go. So this is the, oh, it's a little stuck together there. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad on the inside as a result of that, but alright, so here we go. It looks like the leaders of the 4 elemental cults, so just go over and just look at each of the panels. So I actually really like the out-facing art. I think I actually like this better than the Curse of Strahd one, which just has like Strahd's face and some other artwork, which isn't bad, but it has like the white thing at the bottom. I think this actually looks a lot sleeker. I really like the way that that this looks. Love the artwork. Again, it's from the artwork in the books as well, but it's still really great. So that's the stuff that faces out to the players. Let's see what we got for the DM. Alright, so we'll just kind of pan over everything here. Now, one of the big things that it has, which could be debatable as to how much you may or may not like it, is it does have the conditions. And this is actually taken straight from the player's handbook, complete with the artwork and everything. So this was a part of the official Wizards of the Coast DM screen as well. So that's the first thing that kind of caught my mind, but I always like having the conditions available. So I don't mind that they're there. Now that said, they probably could have gotten rid of the artwork, shrunk it down, and had more specific campaign stuff here as well. But let's see what else we've got. So we also have each of the Princes of Elemental Evil. So Ogremok and Imix, Olahydra, and Yansibin. So air, earth, fire, and water. So that's pretty cool. There is a nice map of the Desarin Valley, which I do like that. It's nice that they have that there. Again, they could have expanded that maybe a little bit, but that's fine. And then we've got, looks like encounters. Just looks like a set of random encounters, early travel, so days that they're traveling, or if they're traveling starting the day or night. Okay. River travel, so they got some random encounter charts, which are fine. And then later travel, so this would be at higher levels, obviously. And then what we have is just a picture of each of the Genasis. So that's one of the elemental sub-races, or elemental races that you can play in this campaign. And just kind of shows what they all look like. And then you have a Manticore, and sorry for the placemats sitting in there. Yeah, so that's the screen. And it's decent. I don't mind it. Like I said, the conditions do take up a large portion of it, so I probably would have liked to have seen that shrunk down maybe a little bit to give more room for the map, because this only has the map of the region itself. So by comparison, the Curse of Strahd one had a map of the region, but it also had like maps of Castle Ravenloft. Now I know with this one it would be a little bit more difficult to do that, just where there's so many dungeons to go through, but I think they could have added a few more things to it. I don't mind having stuff like this on here though. If they wanted to include some more rule-based things, like some different charts or rule descriptions, things of that nature, that would have been fine. But like I said, this isn't, I'm not disappointed in the screen. It looks, looks really great. I love the artwork on it. Having the map is nice. Having the encounter tables is great. Even the artwork isn't, with showing the Prince of Elemental Evil is fine. The Genasi one, they probably could have put something else in there. I would have rather actually, instead of having the Genasi, I think it would have been better to have had the leaders of the elemental cults with their names, so that you kind of have that easily at your disposal. So yeah, anyway, that's the screen. So yeah, I guess those are basically my thoughts on it. I'm glad that I have it, because I want to try to get each of these screens. I want to have them for my collection. So from that perspective, you know, that's perfectly fine. I do want to run this campaign, so you know, I'm definitely going to use this screen while I'm running it. It's always great to have the conditions. A few other smaller charts could have been again well used and beneficial, but you know, there is also a new DM screen coming out in just a couple of months, so we'll kind of see how that goes. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to show what you've got here, what comes with this, and you know, let me know what you guys think. You know, do you like the screen? You know, do you think that there are some improvements they could have made, or the things that you'd rather have them have removed? Because again, there's a lot of space that they could have done something with. So I don't know. I'm a little on the fence as far as the actual overall usefulness. The encounter charts. Wow, the encounter charts are great. I'm totally fine with those being there. Love the map. You always like to have the conditions available because those always seem to come as questions. Anyway, that's it for this one. So again, you know, thank you guys very much for watching. And if you've played through this campaign, let me know some of your stories, because I'm interested to know how things kind of turned out for you guys. Like what cults ended up being like the primary villains, which one of the elemental evils you ended up actually encountering. And yeah, so like I said, comment below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Funding for this channel is provided by the awesome support of my patrons on my Patreon page. And I'd like to provide a special thanks to Kennedy S. and David L. You guys really help make this possible for me to continue making these kinds of videos. So thank you to everyone who contributes. You guys are all awesome. And special thanks to David L. and Kennedy S. You guys rock.